Hello guys, and welcome back to another YouTube tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this, which is a light blush, eyeshadow, and nose highlight look, except this time we're going to be doing it without Photoshop. And this is because I got a lot of requests, a lot of comments asking me like, Kendra, what do I do if I don't have Photoshop? So today I'm going to show you. I searched the internet for a bunch of free online hosting photo editing softwares, and I found the best one out of all of them. So I'm going to be showing you how to create this today. So you want to open up Safari or Google Chrome or Windows, whatever you use. Go to Google and you're going to type in Pixlr. Yep. And this is a photo editor online graphic design software. So this is for the people who don't have space on their computer to download a program, or who cannot afford or simply don't want to pay for Photoshop if they're only using it for this. And so you want to click on there. You want to click on Pixlr X, which is quick and easy graphic design. And yeah, you're going to have a lot of like ads here. And as you can see, I was playing around with different stuff. So this is kind of like Photoshop, where you can see it shows your home, your history, templates. You can create new one. You can have an account and save your stuff on here. You don't have to though. Everything is completely free unless you want to pay for like stock, or I don't know what else they provide. But it's a really great program. So first thing you want to do is you want to open up your image, and we're going to go into our face assets folder, which again, everything is going to be linked in the description bar. And you want to use the face mesh that is provided by Spark AR. So now if you see this, the program is kind of similar to Photoshop, where you have your layers on the right side and then everything else is on the left. So if you see here, our first layer is locked, which is fine because we don't want it to move. And if you go down here to this plus sign, you'll click add an empty layer. And now we're going to start with the makeup. So a lot of you requested that I do blush and nose highlight. So I'm basically going to show you how to do the cute baby face makeup that I did in not my last video, but the one before that, I think. How to do it on here. So you want to go all the way down to the draw option. And this is going to be your brush. You want to go to like 80 maybe, I think it was what I used. Yeah, like 80. You want your softness to be more than this, probably like 80 also. And then your transparency is fine like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to create like a nose blush, some eyeshadow, which is all going to be in the same layer at the end. And then we're going to do a nose highlight. So let's get started. You can use up here the zoom options. You can also use your mouse, whatever you prefer. So we're gonna start. So just want to take your brush, and I like to do my blush like sort of down here in kind of a little almond shape almost. Yeah, so if you actually click on the visibility check, you'll see it like that. You can also click on these three dots to bring down the transparency, which is what I like to do. So I like to keep it at 50 so that I can see what the shape of what I'm working like looks like. You're going to click on your eraser tool, and I'm going to use like 140. No, it's too big. I'm going to use like 100, and I'm bringing my softness to 100 as well, and my transparency as well. So you really just kind of want to feather out the sides of this. I can actually make this bigger. Yeah, essentially you just want to feather out that nose blush. I think that looks fine. Yep, I think actually that looks perfect. And of course you're not going to be able to see it here, but here you go. So that's the first step. Fairly easy, right? Next thing you want to do is you want to create another empty frame. Oh, And I know I didn't mention this, but again, you want to go to your drawing one. Oops. Man, you're going to get a lot of ads. The reason that I'm using the color white, you can use any color, honestly. You can use red, like if that's what you want to go with, but I highly suggest you use white. I think using white for everything and then changing the colors inside Spark AR gives you more flexibility, and it's more safe for your own assets. So like if someone were to get their hands on this, they wouldn't know what exact colors you use or anything, because everything you did on Spark. So now we're gonna do the blush part, and we're gonna make our brush size bigger, so like 100. Nope, actually bigger than that. Maybe like 300. Yeah, I think that's good. I kind of want my brush to follow the contours of her face. My blush, yeah. So I think that's fine. I can actually make this 50% again. And gonna zoom out. And then I use my eraser tool to shape it, to shape it better all the time. So I'm gonna start kind of shaping this and removing from the sides. The bigger your brush is, the more feathered it's going to look. Just be careful. And you can undo with this, or you can Command Z if you're using a Mac. I don't know what the command would be like if you're using Windows. But now if you remove this, you can see your blush looks like this, which I kind of want more here. So kind of, yeah, kind of like that. Wait, okay, like that. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah, so it kind of fits the contours of her face a little bit. It's not too rounded of a blush. So now we're zooming out a bit, and because you want your blush to be symmetrical, basically, we're going to go ahead and right click on the last layer, which is the blush, and we're going to duplicate that layer. Making sure that your second blush is selected, you want to go into, on the left side, arrange and style. You want to flip it horizontally so that it goes for the other side. You also want to hold shift down on your keyboard and drag it so that it does not move. And you can create like the perfect symmetrical blush. So if we hide this actually might need to move it like a little bit more and a little bit more. Okay, that looks good, I think. Hold on. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, back to 50. And now I'm gonna go ahead and merge this down. So you want to right click on this layer, merge down. So now your blush is all one layer. You want to merge this down to your nose blush, and now those are all one layer. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new layer, and this is where we're going to start with our eyeshadow. So again, on your left side, you want to go to the draw. We're going to make this smaller, probably 100. Probably 120. Okay. And then you kind of just want to start painting. Definitely want to deselect the blush there. And I'm going to give it sort of like a cat eye-ish look. Okay. Now taking my eraser tool at 300. Nope. Let's lower that down. At 280. Yeah. We're going to blend in these edges a little bit. And yeah. Okay, hold on. This is still too big. Okay, 200 maybe. Because we kind of want this eyeshadow to show through a little bit. Yeah. I think that's good. And then you want to take the size of this super small and you want to zoom in because you want to crop out the actual eye. So let's make this maybe 25. Yeah, I think that 25 is good. And we're going to also put down the opacity of this just so that we can see through it. Your softness is gonna be all the way up and your transparency also. Okay, cool. So you want to drag this like this. And now I'm gonna go ahead and put up the opacity all the way so I can see even better, because yeah, you wanna make sure you're going so yeah, the eye ends here, so I'm just gonna, there we go. And I'm gonna move this all the way up. Again, sorry if you hear my AC. I don't know how loud it is. Okay. So this is like a nice eyeshadow base, I think. Gonna make this a little bit bigger and sort of clean up this area right here. Okay, perfect. Let me... Okay, there we go. Now, again, you want to right click on your eyeshadow layer and you want to duplicate it. And then you want to make sure it's clicked when you go to arrange and style. You want to hit flip horizontal. You want to hold down shift as you drag it to the other eye. And I think that's good. Then I'm gonna go back to here to the draw, take my eraser, take down the transparency a little bit, and then just kind of lift. Oh no, wrong layer. You want to make sure you're on the eyeshadow layer. Kind of lift this part up like that. Gonna do the same thing here. You could have done this before duplicating it, but I forgot to, so okay. Now we're gonna merge those down as well. Merge it down with this one, and if we deselect, this is our makeup. So it's gonna give us a little bit of eye, a little bit of nose. Actually, let me go back. Okay, before merging those two together, I noticed that our eye is more whiter than the rest of it, which is going to make it a little bit more extreme on the face when you put it into Spark. So let's take the eyeshadow down to 70. See, that looks a lot better. Okay, now we're gonna merge it down. And then that's what it looks like. So this is gonna be your blush and your eyeshadow and your nose blush. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys how to do the nose highlight. So create a new empty layer. We can deselect this. We're gonna go back to our draw option and make this, actually we can keep this at 80. make our softness go all the way and our transparency all the way. You are going to want to zoom in. And I'm going to change this transparency to 50. Clicking on my new layer, I'm going to click and go down as straight as I can. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to fix that. Click on your eraser tool. I think maybe like 84 is good. Okay. 100. So we're just going to start shaping this to be like a highlight. So you want to make it as thin as possible on the nose. And if we deselect this, we'll see it better. Let me lower this to like 89. And I think that's perfect. Yep. Okay, now we're gonna take this at 50. And the transparency can also be 50. Yeah. We're gonna click here, like right at the tip of the nose. This is very important for the blend mode that we're gonna set it in on Spark. So you're just gonna click right at the tip of the nose. Oh, whoops, that's not my brush, that's my eraser tool. Okay, same settings. So 50 and 50. And then you're just going to click right on the tip of the nose. Okay, undo. Let's do that at 60. Let's do that at 60. And let's do that. I think 50 is fine, actually. Let me zoom in. Again, you want to do that on the tip of the nose. Perfect, perfect. Now we're going to go to 25 on our brush, transparency 100. You want to click right in the middle of that. Perfect. So this is going to give you the illusion of a slimmer nose, and it's going to lift your nose up a little bit because of that point highlight. So if we, this is actually fine. I just want to taper this a little bit on the bottom. And perfect. So if we, there's our nose highlight. And here's our blush. Okay, perfect. So now to save it, you want to select the layer that you want to save. So, and then you want to go down here and click save. You can name it. So I'm just going to name it blush, PNG. Everything else is fine, and then you just click download, and it's going to go ahead and go into your downloads. And then you can close this. You can go ahead and click on the highlight. Let me remove this ad and save that as well. So you can save that as highlight. No, you can save that as nose highlight. Again, save it as a PNG, save to your downloads, and that's literally all you have to do. Now I'm going to show you how to put it together in Spark. After you have that done, you want to open up Spark Studio. Let me close that down. And you want to click Create New Project, Face Tracking. And you, like always, I'm going to just rename this to Face Tracker. And a bunch of thanks to Maite, my beautiful friend, who did preview videos for me. And it's, if you guys can manage to have someone do a preview video for you, it's so much better than using these, just because the lighting in these aren't as ideal as, like, you know, a place setting where you would normally be when you use filters. So first thing, as always, I'm going to go ahead and do my retouch. Name it retouch. Create new material, retouch. Go to my shader type on the right side of the screen, change it to retouch. I'm gonna deselect full screen because I don't like it to affect how the rest of the image looks. Leave it at 50, that's fine. Go to my face tracker, right click, add new face mesh. And this is gonna be the blush that we did, so I'm just gonna rename that blush. Go to materials, rename this as blush. Oops. Change the shader type to flat. And choose file. Okay, downloads blush. So this is what our blush looks like, as you can see. Now the fun part is changing the color in here, and you can see it change in real time. My laptop is about to die, but that's okay. So let's do like kind of like a peachy red, yeah, like there, and changing my blend mode to multiply and bringing my opacity down to like 32. A very pretty blush. Almost looks like a nice little sun, like a cute little sunburn. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add in my nose highlight. So I'm gonna name this highlight. To the right side, click create a material and name this highlight. I'm going to go to actually physically based, and you want to do metallic, like 75, roughness like 32. Choose your file, nose highlight, so it's gonna look like that. You want to change this to add. Whoa, so pretty. And we're changing this. Wow, that highlight. Okay, so even less. Let's do like 20. Okay, still pretty prominent. Let's do like 15. Yeah, there we go. So now it looks like a more of a natural nose highlight. And that's honestly it. And don't forget to click no compression. I'm gonna go ahead and send this to my phone to test it out how it looks, and I'll update you guys. So this actually turned out really cute. The blush looks really natural. The nose highlight looks great. The eyeshadow looks really good as well. I highly recommend this program if you don't have Photoshop, can't afford it, or just don't want to pay for it, because I completely understand. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised by how good it looks. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this for future tutorials. If you guys want to see it, let me know. My next tutorial is going to be how to animate butterflies, but until then, leave me any suggestions or tutorials that you guys want to see in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and this is what the filter looked like. As you can see, it looks very natural, very pretty. And for the first time, I'm going to leave the full project download in the description box. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the 1.5K followers. You guys can have this whole project for free. Bye.